In 1940, when Louise Cutler headed off to her first day of school, could she have ever imagined that this would be a September routine that was to be repeated for the next 62 years? As we journey through the phases of this outstanding career, we have to pause and think, maybe she did. Growing up in East Putnam in the family-built home, the first daughter of Sophie and Lloyd Cutler was soon joined by sisters Sandra and Carol in this female-dominated house. With a scarcity of neighbors, 4-H activities became a major focal point and continued throughout her lifetime. Following graduation from 8th grade, it was on to Putnam High School as a member of the class of 1951. Cheerleading was a major activity, but success in the classroom led to the National Honor Society and the distinction of class salutatorian. Her senior ambition, as stated in her yearbook, was to become a math teacher. Mission accomplished. At a time when going on to college was not the norm for female high school graduates, Louise took the UConn challenge head on. While majoring in math and physics, she still found time to serve as president of the UConn Math Club, worked in the physics department, tutored and served on the judiciary board of the UConn's Women's Student Council, graduated in 1955, magna cum laude. It was not all work and no play. While at UConn, she was pinned by Joe Pempek, a relationship that started in high school, continued at the next level, and culminated in a union in 1956 that lasted for 52 great years. Son Scott was added to the family in 1963. When the studies were over, it was time to apply the learned principles of math and science. The first stop was Woodstock Junior High, followed by a 2-year stint in France to teach students of American military families, while Joe served his enlistment. From 1959 to 1992, Louise followed the Quinebaug River from Plainfield to Putnam to Killingly High School. It was during her extended 25-year career at Putnam High that Louise experienced some of her greatest educational achievements. Having been awarded her doctoral degree in 1971 from the University of Connecticut, the now Dr. Pempek engaged in numerous school projects and was justly honored.
I think, when I was in first grade is when she received her doctorate, 1971. And that was a big deal, being a female, getting her doctorate back then in the day, and I think that's probably her biggest accomplishment.
An outstanding alumni award from UConn was followed by being named Putnam Teacher of the Year in 1984. She served as advisor to the Youth Action Program, established the alternative learning curriculum, and annually took students to European countries. But the crowning educational achievement came in 1989 when she was awarded the Connecticut Educator Award, more commonly known as the Milken Family Foundation Award, which annually honors 8 state exemplars of the teaching profession who have been involved in innovative programs. In accepting the Milken Award, Louise stated, "I should return to my community and profession to the extent that each has nurtured and provided me." She has followed through on that promise. She was the first president of the Aspenach Historical Society, chair of the Bicentennial Committee, and the designer of the bicentennial flag, and the author of many publications on various aspects of Putnam's history.
She's a wonderful role model for young women and for her family and for the town. And she's been the person that has come back, and she's given her career, and now she gives her volunteerism back to the community.
Mentioned earlier was her lifetime commitment to 4-H. In 2014, The Cutler sisters, Louise, Sandra, and Carol, participated in the dedication of the Environmental Education Center at the Ragged Hills 4-H camp in Pomfret. It was in memory of and a tribute to their father, who died in 1974.
She just showed her dedication and her spirit and her loyalty and her optimism and her positive approach to working with people and just bringing out the best and following through and being, just being confident. And when she believed in something, she had no problem in just going forth with that and standing up for that.
Her educational career, which also involved the mentoring of so many future teachers, came to a close in 2002. But no moss was about to grow under Dr. Pempek's feet. Joe had been involved in real estate before his passing in 2008. Louise also considered herself handy with a hammer and various other tools, so the experience of buying and selling houses has kept her busy to this day, although she is finding more time to spend with Scott, Cheryl, and granddaughters Kristen and Rebecca. There is no doubt that they are all involved in the ongoing educational process.
I think it's a very fitting honor for her. I mean, you look back at Putnam High School, I think she was one of the figures of Putnam High School for a very long time, and I think she made Putnam High School what it is today. Students talk about, some of the Wall of Honor recipients had her in class as a teacher, and they talk about how she helped them get into college, make the right decisions, and I think she's a very deserving recipient of that award.